Guys, today I'm really excited because I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I wanted to wait until I had dished out a few Marvel Rivals videos on the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are making the Marvel Rivals tier list. This is my own personal experience. It's not an objective tier list based off of high elo or ranked. There's going to be a little bit of that influenced in there, but it's not going to be like everyone says X character is in top tier, so I'm going to put them there. Like, I have my own takes. I have my own experiences. We're going to go ahead and get started. Now, you might notice the Fantastic Four are in this list, but they're not in the game yet. So we're going to go ahead and put these guys in I don't know, because I don't know how they're going to be, honestly. Quick theories. I think that Mr. Fantastic's gonna be really good, and I think Human Torch will probably be the best out of the four of them. I think the Thing is really gonna make or break the Vanguard role, because for those that don't know, I ain't gonna lie, Vanguard kind of miserable to play right now. I like to do these tier lists going from like tanks all the way through the support, and I wanted to wait. I know season 0 is almost over and everything. I wanted to wait though, because I wanted to see kind of how the meta fleshed out. I didn't want to really like make one video about it and then make another video about it, even though I think tier lists are super fun. They're everyone's opinions. People are going to get mad. People are going to be like, whatever. I don't care. So yeah, I think we're going to be able to just kind of roll with it and get started. So pretty excited. Here we go. So first off, we have Doctor Strange. Easy S tier. I think he is the best tank in the game. I don't really think anyone is gonna dispute that. I really think that Strange is good at slowing down a choke or, you know, blocking down an area. And what I've noticed with a lot of Strange players is you look at them on the stats / like the KDs and the assists and whatever. A lot of good Stranges I've seen don't really seem too impactful there, but I think they're impactful in other ways. They're very much like Strange is, I think, the king of creating space as a tank, and that's what a tank is. It's create space for your team. He just does that so well, and the shield is so good. It's better than Cap shield, which I think is literally Cap. Strange has a lot of stuff. His ult's really good. I don't play a ton of Doctor Strange myself, but I know like the dark magic mechanic is like really, really good. If you know how to use it. Of course, I haven't even talked about the portal. The portal is probably one of the best abilities in the game. Helps out characters like Iron Man get more kills off of his ult, even though it's got a big wind-up time. Helps like slow-moving characters like the Hulk or like Winter Soldier, like kind of get to the front lines faster. But Strange is by far easiest S tier of my entire life, and I don't think anyone is gonna disagree with me on that. Yeah, that's kind of all I really have to say for Strange, but he's pretty cool. So yeah, Hulk. Now I want to say this now. When the season started, everyone was like, oh bro, Hulk is so bad. Hulk is like right here. And I was like, I don't know. I feel like if you give him time, people are gonna learn. People are gonna learn how to play this character. And now, because the meta has now become Doctor Strange, Hulk, Iron Man, Hulk is very important. I think Hulk probably A. I might move him down. I don't know. For now, I'll say A. The reason I say that is because once the Hulk players stopped getting excited about doing the double Q when they become Monster Hulk and start smashing people around because it's terrible, and they actually started using the punches and the slams, I think Hulk players really kind of shot up. I almost see a Hulk player like every game now. And as an Iron Man main, that is such a blessing, because before I would see no Hulks and practically beg and plead for someone to go Hulk so I could pop off and top frag the entire lobby. Hulk is really good. I love his util with the shields. If they all shoot the shields, he gets more ult charge, which I don't even think I knew that. I don't know if this is Hulk's ceiling. I don't know if I would quite say he's S. Something would have to happen to either another S tier tank, or he would have to get a supremely major buff for him to go any higher, I think. But I think he is a really good secondary tank. I don't think there's any reason you shouldn't pick Hulk at some point. Hulk is really good. I think he helps Strange create space when maybe Strange's shield kind of gets lower and lower and lower. That's kind of my whole thoughts there. So yeah. Magneto, the other easiest S tier of my entire life. Magneto is hard because I've played a lot of Magneto, and I definitely certainly don't play him as much as I would. The tanks I play are Venom and Captain America, maybe a little bit of Groot. I don't really touch anyone else. But Magneto, I played maybe 10 games with Magneto, maybe a little more than that. He's really good. He is really, really good. Magneto is the kind of character that you want to, you use all the shields. If you get the Scarlet Witch team up, which you won't because she's terrible, but if you get the Scarlet Witch team up, the sword becomes absolutely insane. You just shred people. The ult is kind of meant to be like one that you scare everyone off from point. You're not really going to hit anyone with it. I mean, you might get like one kill, but it's not like you're going to get a 5-piece with the Magneto ult. The shield's really good. I find that shields in this game that are like bigger than the actual character themselves are really good, which is why Cap is okay. These are really, I mean, if you're trying to win, and listen, you can win with any character, but if you're trying to win, I mean, like, you should always be cycling through these 3 tanks, I think. They're just really, really good. They're all really good. I think, honestly, if Hulk didn't buff Strange and Iron Man, Hulk would definitely be lower, because that ult, or that team up ability, is just so good. It's just amazing. So yeah. Thor. Oh, Thor. I remember everyone saying he wasn't that good before, but oh, he has room to go up. Thor's not good. I only say that because Thor just doesn't do one thing exceptionally well. He's very okay at everything. He's very okay at taking space. He's very okay at tanking damage. He's very okay at dealing damage. He's very okay at being impactful. I don't really see a whole lot of Thor players that are impactful. And I've played a lot of Thor too. The Thor Force, like, gameplay mechanic really just kind of throws me off. Like, I don't fully understand it. Me playing Thor, I don't really feel impactful at all. Thor is kind of like in the same vein of Doctor Strange, where maybe like both don't feel impactful, but Strange is impactful for different reasons. And Thor is just not, straight up. Thor is just kind of like, yeah, I'm going to stay in here and throw my hammer and swing my hammer and charge into people mindlessly and shoot lightning bolts until I die, because that's what I do. Now, obviously, you know, there's more to that. I think he's really good if you pair him with Cap. I think he's actually very good if you pair him with Cap, because the places where Thor can, like, where Thor is getting rolled, Cap just can come in and, like, protect him, and Thor can just dip. But that's probably, like, unless there's a Cap on your team, don't really know why people are playing Thor. The ult's kind of bad. It's like a good, like, check against noobs, but you're never gonna get like anything past that. Thor's just mid. I don't know what they need to do. I've heard a lot of Thor mains say his damage just needs to be buffed. I don't even know if that's enough. Thor low B with Cap, without Cap is C. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of where I stand on Thor as well, just because I think Thor plays really well off of Cap, and Cap also plays really well off of Thor, even if you disregard the team up they have. Even though the team up is great, if you disregard the team up they have, I think with Cap, Thor can be okay. He can be, like, kind of good. Without Cap, though, like, I think he just gets folded, honestly. And also, I just think there's way better tanks in the game. So, yeah. Groot. So, I think early in the season, people thought Groot was just playing Fortnite and putting walls up everywhere. I actually think, honestly, I would put Groot in, like, A, but I think Groot is, like, low A compared to, like, the rest of the tanks. Groot is really good at just denying space, and he's really good at, like, trapping people. His ult is really good because it sets up for another ult, like Iron Man's, like Spider-Man's. Groot has gotten a lot better, I think. I think a lot of Groot players are just playing so much better. I think everyone kind of tunnel visioned, oh, he has walls, let me just put all of them down. And I think people are now starting to actually use the walls more effectively. Apparently there's a gameplay mechanic, I didn't even know this, where the walls attack enemies if they touch them or something like that. I don't know how true that is. I've seen a clip where, like, the walls are on the spawn door of the enemy team, and then Groot just throws, like, that little, like, projectile in there, and they just all die, which is just insane. I think Groot still becomes better if he has, like, Rocket on his shoulder, because Groot literally doesn't die, I think, if Rocket's on his shoulder healing him. Or I could say the same for Jeff. Groot is kind of a question mark tank. I think you play him in like certain map scenarios where it's like long choke holds and you get to put up walls and just kind of like lock it down. He's a very locked down kind of tank, and I really like that. I think a lot of group players just got so much better playing him. So that's kind of really all I have to say there, I think. Penny. All right, bro. This is going to be a hot take, and some people may disagree because people thought Penny was like probably the worst tank in the game for a while. I don't know, man. Lately, I've played against a lot of really good Pennies. They're very annoying. That is what they are good at. She's probably here in B tier. She's definitely better than Thor. I don't know if she could go any higher than B though. Thing with Penny is you put the nest down and you put the mines down, no one can dive in unless they want to die, really. But I've seen a lot of Penny players be really smart of where they put the nests now. Specifically the mines, the individual mines they put down, those are really good. And they just really play backline tank, which doesn't really make sense. That's not really what a tank does. They don't play backline. But Penny kind of plays backline. I think Penny is really good at holding down the objective. Really good anti-dive character. I think she's great at it. That's the only thing she does well, though. She might be good at setting up traps and stuff like that. I don't think the character's gotten better. I think players have gotten better at playing her. I've ran into some really annoying Pennies because they don't die. They never go outside of the nest that heals them. I don't quite understand like the whole you put the nest down and then you can like be attached to it and then you walk forward and then you get pulled back. Every Penny I see, if you don't destroy the nest, which half the time you don't because they're guarding it with their life. Like they're guarding the nest like it's their firstborn child. With the nest, she plays to protect the nest. If the nest gets destroyed, she runs away, usually. Or she just runs towards the back line for a second, lets the other tank actually tank. And, you know, maybe she like shoots some shots in the distance or something like that. I don't know. There have been Pennies I've played that are hyper aggressive and they're really good at it. It's really weird. I almost wonder if playing Penny aggressively could be a little better, even though she is supposed to lock down objective. That's kind of her thing, or just lock down a certain part of the map and hope that no one dives into it. You can forget Spider-Man diving in, you could forget Venom diving in, you can forget Cap diving in, Iron Fist. The other thing I'll say about Penny is because the meta seems to be very focused on like the dive, the fact that she's probably one of the only characters that can prevent the dive meta, that actually probably puts her higher. Like if dive wasn't meta, she'd probably be like here, honestly. She'd probably still be better than Thor, but she would still be here, I think. But I think she is in B. So yeah. Cap. So this is really hard. I actually think Cap is a lot better than people thought. Cap is like my go-to if I play tank or Venom. It's one of those guys. I think Cap is high B. The highest I'd give him is low A, but I don't think that's true, honestly, as much as I want it to be true. The problem with Cap is he can't sustain for very long on the front because all I see Caps do is run around in circles and do literally nothing. They're either doing that or they find someone in a dark back alley and 1v1 them. But then as soon as someone comes in to help, they dip. I see a lot of Cap players, and I do this myself. The shield bash and like the jump in with the shield slam, I don't ever approach with them. I run away with them because Cap can just get rolled so quick. If you don't have those two things, he's kind of dead. So what I always do when I'm playing against Cap is I'm looking for those cooldowns, and once he's used them, then I try and kill him. I think Cap would be better if the shield had more health and also the shield protected him more, because there's some parts of the shield are super finicky, because if you aim in like the corner of the shields, like he'll still get like hit, specifically like near the head. I've noticed that playing against Hawkeye, it's really frustrating. I think the ult's good. I think it's underutilized a lot. I think it's kind of more like a Brig rally in like Overwatch or something like that. But I think it's a pretty good ult. It's great for taking space, which is exactly what he's supposed to do. I think he becomes better with the Thor team up ability, which then I think honestly puts him here because he just does more damage and his shield is incredible. The only thing I would say for Cap right now, if they wanted to make him any better, is lower the cooldown time on the shield throw, because I think he should be able to throw it a lot more than he does, honestly. I'm not talking about the melee shield throw like he does in the combo. I'm talking about the actual ability, the shield throw, think he needs to be able to throw it more. I would say that, and I would say just buff the shield health because it's literally the Captain America shield. So I think Cap has a very good place in the meta. I think he is great for the brawl meta. I think Hulk, Cap, and Thor probably run that better than like most other tanks do. I think Cap and Thor do it a little bit better just because they can play off of one another better. That's my thought. Venom. So Venom is also really hard because I like playing Venom, and I think Venom is very good. I just don't think he's S tier. A lot of people thought he was. He's not. I'll say low A for now. The thing with Venom is Vena is the dive tank, I think. Swing in, slam, headshot with your left click, which a lot of people don't know. You can headshot with Venom's attack. Trap everyone with that ability that like kind of, you know, wraps them up and they get hurt. When you get low, you pop your E, swing away. Rinse and repeat until you kill the back line, which is usually their healers. He basically goes for the healers most of the time. Unless, like Cap, he finds like a lone duelist or something and he just murders them, right? Venom is not going to be in the front lines like a traditional tank. Venom is going to be weaving in and out. I think Venom is like the Winston of this game, if that makes any sense. He just goes in and out, in and out, in and out, and kills literally everybody that's like not a tank, basically. I think Venom's very good. Great tank if you want to dive on Hawkeyes or Hellas or literally any of the healers except maybe Jeff, because Jeff can just get away so easily. I just think when it comes to the tanks, he's outclassed by all the tanks in front of him. Is really all I would think. An argument could be made for him to be better than Groot, but I think in this meta where, yes, he's dive, but he doesn't create space. He just gets picks in the back line, if that makes any sense. Because all of these tanks here create space in some capacity. I don't know why I did that. These tanks all create space in some capacity, and Venom doesn't really do that. Venom goes into the back line, kills people, comes back. And then I'll talk about the Thing again for just a second. I think the Thing will be very good, but he will probably make or break the Vanguard role because I don't know exactly where they want to go with that. Like, are we going for more dive characters? Are we going for more lockdown? Because the vibe right now seems to be more lockdown, create space type characters, but we'll see. Black Panther. A lot of people say he's S. Don't quite agree. Definitely think he's A for sure, and I don't think he should be any lower. All the Black Panther players I have played against, I have wanted to smash my keyboard because they are really good. And I've played a lot of Black Panther myself. I don't get it. I don't know how people are good at this character. This character is so weird. I think has such a high skill ceiling, and yet every Black Panther main just plays them so well. Panther basically is in the middle of the fight the entire time. He's not like getting picks like Hawkeye or Black Widow or whoever. He either flanks or he is in the middle of the fight and he can kind of low-key fight multiple people at once unless they're tanks, and then he kind of gets rolled. As long as Panther is getting healed, he will always be like really, really good. I think his javelin is amazing. I think his little spin kick or whatever that he does, really, really good. I see a lot of people use it as like the finishing move. It covers so much space. He just has a lot of like impactful moves. He just feels very impactful, which is really cool that they kind of designed him, it seems, to play him in the middle of the pack like everyone else. D tier for me playing, A for everyone else playing. Yeah, I agree. Black Panther is definitely like a top five DPS. Well, I don't know yet. We'll see. Black Widow, she is terrible, bro. No one should pick this character, bro. She's awful. The fact that a headshot on her sniper doesn't kill the person, I mean, forget it, bro. Play Hawkeye. Literally play Hawkeye. You'll probably win most of your games. Even like the team up with her and Hawkeye is so bad. Not only is it bad, you're playing two snipers for your DPS. That is if you're doing 2, 2, and 2, which no one's really doing that. But listen, if you're doing 2, 2, and 2, and you pick Hawkeye and Black Widow, you pick both snipers, which is not good because you should have someone kind of like be up in the mix of everything, or just play a little bit differently than the sniper themselves, right? Hawkeye is just a better Black Widow. Like, Black Widow really should just not be played at all. She's not very good, gets dove on super easily, and she can't escape super well, and people are like, oh, but she can run, and she can jump. Like, it's not enough, bro. When you have characters like Spider-Man that are diving in on her, yeah, like, it's over, bro. She's terrible. I do remember when she got released, and people were like, oh my gosh, we're getting Widowmaker Part 2. And I was just like, oh, I don't know. Because then we got Hawkeye, and I was like, no, he's probably going to be the guy. And that was true. I understand if you want to play her because she's cool. I get it. But she's just not good. I didn't even mention her ult. Her ult, I don't really think is that good either, because she just dies. She dies because she has to get into the middle of the fight to use her ult properly. She just folds because she's in the middle of the fight. And she's terrible. So yeah, Hawkeye, easiest S tier of my entire life. Hawkeye literally just deletes lobbies, bro. I've had games where I've played with like one of my teammates is a Hawkeye. Actually, everyone just folds, dude. It is unreal. If you're playing the other DPS, you almost don't have to do any work, bro. If the Hawkeye is that good. Now, of course, there's like the argument of like, okay, how often is the Hawkeye hitting his shots? Is he hitting them well? Does he know how to escape really well when he gets dove on? Sure. But that doesn't take away from the fact that this character is incredibly strong. I think the charge up of like the arrow, like the passive, if you like aim at them for long enough, like really good. I think his sword is a really good get off me if he's getting dove on by Spider-Man. On top of, if your aim is really good, you can probably snipe Spider-Man anyway before he gets close. This is just such a good character. Like this is the character that needs to get nerfed, probably. People low-key downplaying Hawkeye in ranked right now because Hawkeye and Hela have been getting banned in ranked. It's expected. I mean, these are probably the two best characters in the game. Let me just throw Hela up there real quick. Same thing, man. I mean, both of these characters just do so much damage. Hela literally like 2 or 3 taps you and you're dead. It's unreal. Her ult is insane. It takes forever to like get her out of it. The Crow is a really good escape option. Her passive's really good. All the things. These characters really are the definition of DPS. They reward you for hitting your shots and getting kills. Hela specifically, but definitely Hawkeye too. Their presence is just so impactful when you're fighting. Iron Fist. Okay, bro. This is gonna be a hot take because I know so many people want Iron Fist nerfed, but bro, I promise you guys, he's not that good. He is not that good. He is probably a B. I think he is a very good noob stomper. Here's why I say Iron Fist is a B tier. I'm going to tell you why. Iron Fist's strength is flanking and getting the 1v1s. Because if he gets the 1v1s and then he gets momentum going, then he's really good. The thing is, Iron Fist is so slow getting through the flank. And on some points of maps, you can't flank really well without them seeing you, honestly. So let's say Iron Fist does get the flank off and then he gets 1 kill. Well, everyone then knows if you have a call out and it's like, hey, Fist is behind, everyone literally turns and shoots the Iron Fist and they're dead. Every time, every single time. And yeah, I get it. Playing against Iron Fist is super scary. I just don't think people know how to play against him a lot quite yet. His ult's really scary. I'll give you that. It's very challenging to play against. I think it's just the kind of sort of thing you like just got to be ready for. I just don't think Iron Fist is that great compared to a lot of these other DPS characters. I definitely don't think Iron Fist is a top 5 character in the game. He's good. He's very good, but he's not great. I've killed so many Iron Fists trying to heal. So many, because I just know where they go. Because what'll happen is they'll get into the back line, they'll kill someone, they'll do a lot of damage to a lot of other people. Everyone's freaking out because it's Iron Fist. They're healing, they're trying to kill him. Maybe the tanks on the other team decide to actually push in with the Iron Fist. So then everyone turns back to the tanks to focus on them. That gives Iron Fist a chance to go run into cover, heal, and then he gets to do it all over again. And I think if you just stick with the Iron Fist the entire time, he's dead most of the time. My only thing is it just takes him forever to get to the back line. And when he does, he may not even like be that impactful is all I'm trying to say. I don't want to say it's a skill issue because that's really mean, but I just don't think he's that good. Iron Man, my main, my beloved, really want to put him in S. He's not an S. I'm not delusional. He is an A. Now I do want to say everyone thought when the season started, Iron Fist is here. Iron Fist. Iron Man is here. Iron Man is terrible. He is cheeks. If Hawkeye and Hela are in the game, Iron Man is dying most of the time. That would be true, except for 2 things. 3 things, actually. When you get high enough in rank, you get to ban characters. And everyone is banning these 2 characters. Guess what? The skies are now clear for Iron Man, baby. Iron Man gets shot up to A because of that alone. Iron Man, with these 2 guys right here, with the little buffs they give him, could even make an argument for S, I think. Could. It's a very big could, but I think he is an A. I do think that's his ceiling. The Iron Men got really good. They were too busy getting shot by Hawkeyes and Hellas for so long that they were forced to adapt. And when they adapted, literally they just learned. What they learned is that there is a button, it's called left control, that makes Iron Man descend down instead of go all the way up when he's flying, which causes a lot of Hawkeyes and Hellas to miss a lot more of their shots than you would think. Iron Men are now playing smarter and they're playing behind cover most of the time instead of up high in the air where everyone can see them, including God himself. Iron Man have now adapted, and they've become the flankers of the sky. Really, really strong if you can flank as Iron Man, especially if you get the overdrive that buffs all of your attacks. I mean, you just delete people, bro. That beam is unreal. If you get behind people and use the ult, that's unreal because they don't know where it's coming from. I think Iron Man is so good now. A lot of people just downplayed on Iron Man, and I said it before too, man. I was like, man, I just think that Iron Man is going to be really good at some point. Just give people time. No one believed me because I don't know anything, because I'm not, a high caliber player or streamer or anything. But I know my stuff because I've been playing Overwatch since launch. Same thing happened to Pharah. You might ask, oh, but he gets deleted in like 1v1s. No, he doesn't. If you can hit the beam, you're fine. You're fine most of the time. One little tip I'll give you all Iron Man players is that if you're playing in a 1v1, you have better luck using the beam than the blasts. You're not really going to kill anyone in the 1v1 with the blasts, honestly. Unless you have like the powered up version. Anthony Tony Stark, genius billionaire, playboy philanthropist, the invincible Iron Man. Magic. She either goes in I don't know or she goes in B. The reason I say Magic is B or I don't know is because I don't see a lot of Magic players at all. I said this about a lot of characters in this game. When this game first released to everybody, I said you may not see a lot of Magics now, or Adam Warlocks now, or Lokis now, and Mantis too. Give the game a couple of months, you will start seeing so many more of these players because they're all really good. Magic, super interesting because I don't really think people will know how to play her yet. I also don't think people know how to play against her either. The portal things, yes, super annoying. She's just another sword character essentially. The ultimate I think is pretty good from what I've seen. Problem is with Magic, I just don't have enough data. Really. So that's why I don't really know with Magic. B is a good spot for her. If you have sword characters in the game, Psylocke's better than Magic by a mile. I don't really think anyone is going to argue that at all. Moon Knight. A lot of people thought Moon Knight was really good, and then people thought he was bad, and then people thought he was good again. I think a lot of people just go back and forth on Moon Knight. Moon Knight's value goes up or down depending on how badly they get dove on. And I've seen a lot of Moon Knight players, when they get dove on, they just back away. They just run away immediately. But I've seen a lot of ones where they try and fight whoever's diving on them. So they fight the Spider-Man. They fight the Iron Fists. They fight the Iron Men. They lose most of the time. Because Moon Knight, unless you have the Ankh placed down, isn't really doing too much raw damage. Moon Knight's main gimmick is the Ankh. But everyone's gotten really good at shooting the Ankhs now. Do you remember that period of time? That first couple of weeks where everyone wasn't shooting the Ankh, people were getting rolled because Moon Knight just farmed everybody. Now he has to work harder. Moon Knight tries to fill a similar vein that Hawkeye and Hala do. Moon Knight, his ceiling is A, and I'll put him here for now. Namor. First off, I've heard people pronounce it as Namor. I don't think that's right. I think it's Namor. This is another character that people were like, oh, I don't think he's that kind of good. And I was like, wait, bro. Just wait a couple weeks or months. He'll be really good. Namor is, I think, in my opinion, an A. Very low A. Namor is really, really good, especially if you have Luna Snow, because you get another squid to put down, which is great. He controls the skies really well. He's a great counter for Iron Man. Him and Spider-Man are kind of the characters that destroy Iron Man most of the time. The water shield is really good. Yeah, I think it can protect people from an Iron Man blast or something crazy like that. Haven't really experimented, it's what I've heard. Trident's really good. I think the ultimate is okay. Namor's ult is kind of like Magneto's ult. It kind of scares everyone away from where they are. Kind of puts everyone out of position. You might get a few kills with it. It is really, really strong in that regard. You're not going to kill a lot with it, but it puts people out of position, and Namor can kill those people because Namor is really good at killing people that are out of position because his left click is unbelievable. I think it's really, really good. And I don't know why people aren't playing Namor a lot more, especially when people are locking in Luna Snow in higher ranks. I think he's just really, really good. So that's just kind of my thoughts there. Psylocke. Let me be the first to say, Psylocke pisses me off so much. I hate Psylocke with a passion. She is probably S tier. I've just played so many games where no one on my team wants to kill the Psylocke for some reason. She is quite possibly one of the most annoying characters in the entire game. great flanker. She is literally Iron Fist, but better, bro. This is why I put Iron Fist so low. It's because Psylocke just does it so much better. Her ult is an auto delete in her circle. Yes, exactly. If you're caught in her circle, it's over. It's literally over. So unless you're a tank and you can get out quick, like Venom or something. She's just so good. She is too good, actually, I think. I really wish they'd nerf her, because I don't like playing against Psylocke that much. Maybe it's because I play Iron Man, but I don't know. Punisher, S tier. Let all the hate come in. Let all the hate come in. People have been telling me that Punisher is A. No, absolutely not. Punisher is an S tier character. Unbelievable. I'm seeing a lot more Rocket in ranked and in just in more games in general. Punisher just benefits so much from infinite ammo. He just deletes people. The turret is crazy. The turret becomes less good the higher you get up in ranked, but the ultimate is terrifying. His mobility is really good with the zip line. The smoke grenade's really good if you want to escape. Punisher's really good. He works really good with like a Hawkeye or a Hela. Or I would even go as far as say like an Iron Man. He's really good with Iron Man too. You have someone to cover the air and someone on the ground game. He's the king of the ground in my opinion. Every time I hear the ult, I want to run. Scarlet Witch. She's here now, I think. The thing with Scarlet Witch is a lot of people are terrified of the idea of a hero with like lifesteal. When Moira came to the game in Overwatch, everyone was scared because someone was like, oh my gosh, it's just a beam and she sucks the life out of me. It's terrible. And yeah, Scarlet Witch does the same thing, but she's just not as good. Because she's very slow, and the only thing she has is like that floating orb thing, or she turns into like a floating orb to go towards you. You can see that. You can definitely see that, and you can kill her. Like, you can already like be aiming at the orb and basically be waiting for her to come out, and she'll just kill everyone. Or sorry, you'll kill her. She won't be killing anyone. The only place where she is useful is buffing Magneto, but she doesn't benefit anything from it. She's just helping her team. Iron Man players hated Scarlet Witch because of her lifesteal, because she could just instantly lock on to Iron Man and kill him. Or so we thought. Once Iron Man players started using the beam against their 1v1s, Scarlet Witch was never killing Iron Man ever again. I think the only time she becomes a problem is if she targets the healers. But again, the argument remains, she's got to get back there to actually get them. If you want to kill healers and get into their backline, you play Venom. Spidey. Spider-Man in this game is okay. I would even, you know what? I'll give it to Spider-Man. He is a low A. He is probably the lowest A on this entire list, bro. You either get Spider-Man that perform 30 backflips, 20 punches, web sling a bunch, go pick up Aunt May's like chicken soup just to get a kill. Then you get the Spider-Man that just get 5 kills in 2 seconds. You have to consistently practice the combos. You have to have so much uptime. You have to be really good at swinging and getting away and going in. You have to land your web shots. If you miss your first 2 web shots, the enemy knows where you are and then you just die, usually, unless you swing away. But if they're really good, they won't let you do that because Penny Parker or Luna Snow will just freeze you or tangle you up, or Mantis will sleep you and then you're dead. I will say, I've started to get Venoms on my team, and so whenever Venom is on the team, I run Spider-Man, and then I do the web shot, web pull into them, uppercut, Venom ability, and they all die. If they're like duelists or supports, they just die, which is great. I think Spider-Man is very much over-reliant on the cooldowns. Squirrel Girl, she's probably here. Actually, she's a little higher than this. She's probably like right there. Her issue, so I like to say for new players coming to Rivals, that Squirrel Girl plays a lot like Junkrat, and that's fine. Her squirrels don't go very far with the slingshot. The tail bounce is cool because it lets her get verticality, and then she can actually start hitting people more in the back line. The instant reload / replenish is one of her other abilities. So you can get like a double bounce with the tail, and that's pretty cool. She can get super high. She can get to places she shouldn't. Like she can get to places like Iron Man can, which is cool. That's where she needs to be. She needs to kind of be high up, almost like in a sniping position, like where Hawkeye and Hela are. She needs to be in a high up position to be more impactful to the team. When she gets dove on, then she can just fall down to her team, get healed, get protected by the tanks. She's basically Ana, but DPS, I think, because she'll be on the high ground and she'll do whatever she's doing. And the moment she feels threatened or she gets pushed, she just runs back to her team most of the time. But I don't think she is very good. I think she is kind of a for fun character. I enjoy playing the heck out of her. She's great. Star-Lord. My buddy Star-Lord. I've seen a lot of people put Star-Lord in S tier. I don't think so. I think Star-Lord is A tier. Star-Lord is really good. I think a lot of people just don't know how to hit their shots with Star-Lord. But every Star-Lord I've played against seems to know what they're doing. The ult is really good. If you know how to do the dodge reload thing, that's really good too. He can like kind of semi-dive on characters sometimes. If he can get above like the enemy team, he can kind of like shred a little bit. Storm. Trash. I remember a time when people said Storm was going to be the king of the skies. She was going to be the flying character. She was going to outclass Iron Man in every way, shape, and form. She was going to start running lobbies in a couple of months or in a couple of weeks. She is terrible, bro. Storm players just aren't impactful. That is Storm's problem. Her ult, people finally started to learn how to play around her ult, which is just run away. Soon as the ult is done, Storm is exposed. People run back in, they kill her first, and then they kill everyone else. She's not good. Bucky. I used to think Bucky was an S tier. A lot of people did. The ult is just insanely good. Still is. But I think people have kind of relaxed on Winter Soldier a little bit, because I do think he's still very good. I just don't think he's S tier good. I think he's a very high A. He's probably like right here. If Bucky players land the hook, like 90% of the time it's over. If you get teamed up with Rocket, which is more than likely to happen, he gets infinite ammo, which is unreal. He steamrolls lobbies if people do not know how to play against Bucky. Bucky's unbelievably good. I don't know why more people play him. I think they can't get around the fact that he only gets 3 shots. Only thing Bucky needs, I think, is maybe a little more ammo, and then I think he's fine. I don't think you touch him after that. Wolverine. Everyone thought Wolverine was terrible. Everyone thought Wolverine was awful. I no longer think that. I was in the same camp. I was like, Wolverine's terrible, bro. I don't think people knew how to play Wolverine, but even still, I'm like, he's probably not that very good. A tier. Wolverine's A tier. I said it. Wolverine's A tier. People are like, Brooks, what? No. Dude, listen. Wolverine players didn't know how to use him. When Wolverine players started dashing in and then hitting the leap on the enemy, they became so much better. And the Wolverine players recognize now that Wolverine's the tank buster of the DPS role, I think, in my opinion. Wolverine destroys Groot. Wolverine absolutely annihilates Groot because Groot is so slow. Wolverine dashes into Groot, leaps into him, and just takes him all the way to a dark alley to be annihilated. Wolverine destroys characters like that. He does the same for Hulk. He does the same for Magneto. He does the same for Penny. He does the same for Strange. Wolverine is a good answer to Strange too. Sometimes Wolverines just don't give a rip, bro. I played as Cloak and Dagger, and a Wolverine came and like leaped into me and just leaped me off the edge, bro. Like, they don't care, bro. As long as they get the kill, they're providing value to their team. As long as they get their pick. Like, Wolverines are unbelievable. And I think it took forever for people to realize that. But I think Wolverine is very, very good. Adam Warlock. Not quite an S. I thought he would be. There are other characters in the game that are just better than him. We'll get to them in a minute. People will lock Adam Warlock. Really because of the revive. The revive is probably what makes Adam Warlock so good. Now, I don't think necessarily that Adam Warlock's healing is the best compared to some of these other characters, but his revive is very valuable, and it's what makes him a really good character. If he didn't have revive, I think he'd be much worse, in my opinion. Cloak and Dagger. They're definitely A tier as well. If you don't know what you're doing against Cloak and Dagger, you will get rolled every time. It's again the whole thing with the lifesteal for Cloak. People freak out about it because it's constant damage and they can't make it stop. The ult is really good, and remember, the ult stacks if you go along the same pathing. So if you go like back and forth and back, it's just all stacked damage and healing. And if someone steps in that, they could just melt or be fully healed in like 0.5 seconds. Jeff, his full government legal name, Jeffrey the Land Shark, absolute Chad Lord. This guy is the mascot of Marvel Rivals. I love this guy. This guy is so cute. I'll start him off in low A. when the game started, everyone saw the Jeff ult and was like, Jeff is the S tier of the game. It's a great ult. It's an insane ult, actually. It's probably one of the best ults in the game because it literally can change the game in like the last final moments. Jeff's healing numbers just don't add up. That's his problem. Jeff's healing numbers don't add up if you put him next to Mantis and Luna Snow because they just don't. They just don't. Mantis and Luna Snow just heal way better than Jeff does. Jeff is the kind of healer that is really annoying to kill. And a lot of people will make the argument, oh, but like, what about his big head? Like the hurt box on his head is like so huge. And it's like, yeah, but that's what he has like the swim away for, or like the dive for, or whatever it is. The bubbles are really good. I like that you can put the bubbles down and kind of put them on OBJ and have the entire team come in and, just slurp them up, I guess. Loki is A, and he's not better than Adam Warlock, but he's definitely better than Cloak and Dagger and Jeff. So Loki is the other character I mentioned that, give it a couple weeks, this character is going to start farming. Loki just pisses people off, and I love knowing that I am pissing off the enemy team because they can't kill me. They have to go through the trenches. They have to climb over the Great Wall of China. They have to go, they have to dig through solid rock in like Mount Everest to come and find me and kill me. Like the obstacles that it takes to kill Loki, it's not even worth it because people halfway just give up halfway through, bro. They're just like, all right, I've looked for this Loki for like 20 seconds. I'm just going to go back with the team and fight. Loki's unreal. Loki's a great distractor. He's a great distractor from actually trying to capture the objective if everyone focuses him. His healing numbers are really good. They're not as good, like I said, like Mantis or Luna Snow, but they are amazing. They're amazing. Especially if you put the clones and you stack them all up and then you do the healing circle. Because the healing circle stacks, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that. Healing circle stacks, and you put Loki in the center of it. Just Omega heals for everybody. If you get dove on, you just go invis and go somewhere else, or you teleport to another clone. My advice, always kill the clones if you can. Just always kill the clones if you can. Yeah, sure, Loki gets away, but if you can, like, lengthen the downtime that he can have the clones active, you'll hurt his game, in my opinion. So, yeah. Luna Snow, easy S tier. I'll put Mantis up here, too, because I might as well just talk about them both. These are the best healers in the entire game. I don't think anyone is going to dispute that at all. We'll talk Luna Snow first. Has the freeze, great CC option, kills Venom anytime Venom dives in. If you get a Hawkeye or Hela out of position, if you freeze them, they're cooked. If you get a Spider-Man out of position, they're definitely cooked. Her ultimate is exceptional. I feel like I can never kill anybody when they're in Luna Snow's ult. She does so much damage, too. She kind of does everything really, really well. She's really strong. So her weakness is she gets dove on. But if you play with Mantis, you're good. Because if both of you get dove on, or if one of you gets dove on, you guys can just either freeze or sleep the other person and you're fine. They basically protect each other, but also heal everyone else. Mantis is the same way. The sleep is really, really good. It folds Penny Parker and like immediately, like should not even be a question. I don't know why she'd be in the back line, but you know what I'm trying to say. Mantis is really good against Psylocke. Psylocke is probably the biggest threat to these two, I would say. Maybe Spider-Man as well. But Luna and Mantis can take care of both of them because of their CC abilities. There's a lot of layers to playing Mantis too. She's a very flexible support. She can be the off healer. She shouldn't be though. She should be the main. And if you're playing with Adam Warlock, her uptime in terms of living just drastically goes up. It's unreal. Lastly, Rocket. I think Rocket's very much an A character. I think he is better than... Rocket's better than Adam, I think. Because I think Rocket has better heals than Adam does. But they're still not great. So let me explain. The reason why Rocket's so good is because even though Rocket's healing numbers are like not great. Like they're Jeff level... Sometimes they're like Jeff level heals. The reason Rocket is so good is because Rocket's an enabler. Because Rocket has the revive. Rocket has the infinite ammo if he teams with Bucky or with Punisher. And he just enables them to do their job, which is kill and do damage. He enables that. He enables uptime on people with the revive. He's annoying to kill because he has the jetpack. He can ride on Groot, and he can climb walls, and he can hover, so he has a lot of mobility. His ult literally just enables the team to win the fight because it's a damage ult, or it's a damage buff ult, excuse me. Everything about Rocket's kit enables the team in some sort of way or another. You can get really good healing numbers if you ride on Groot, because then you don't die, because you get like the damage reduction if you're on Groot. Plus you can heal him and keep him alive. Rocket's very good. So yeah. Well guys, that was the tier list for Marvel Rivals Season 0. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is my own opinion. This is not the defining meta or anything. This is the reason that I, play all these characters and like say whatever. Play who you want, man. It's a hero shooter. Like, don't let anyone tell you different. If you like playing Black Widow for some reason, play Black Widow, man. All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you watch the entire video. Don't, come to the end and be like, wow, some of your picks are really stupid. Maybe go back and actually look at why I put them there. So, yeah. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Peace.